everyone, and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel on part 8 in the Fake It and Make It series. Today we're going to be sharing our mixed media mashup videos with you, where we're going to be using mixed media products and techniques to create a 12x12 scrapbook layout. So starting off with my page, I'm taking my white canvas textured cardstock and I've applied a coat of gesso to it. I'm then going to dip into my gelatos and take the light blue and the royal blue, and I'm going to scribble them on in a diagonal swipe across the page, and then just using a paintbrush and some water, I'm going to activate those and blend them. Using gelatos is still relatively new to me. The only experience I have with them is watching Adele from Inky Quill use them, so I'm not really sure if I was to do it again I would use so much of the dark blue, but I do cover them up in a little while anyway. I'm going to be scrapping with two photos today, and these are from when we had just got married. We have one from the front and one from the back, and I'm just going to have them slightly overlapping. I'm going to be taking the After Midnight Dilution Spray Ink and adding that in a few patches on the layout. I love this colour. It's not an indigo blue, it's not a royal blue, but it's so pretty. So I'm mixing that with a little bit of water and running that down the page, and then just using my packaging, blotting it onto the paper. I'm then going to take my Heidi Swap Colour Shine in navy and do the same with that and add that in layered over the top and slightly off of the ones I'd already placed there. I'm then taking my Tropical Teal Heidi Swap Colour Shine and I'm going to be mixing some of that in as well. This one has such a mermaidy sheen to it, it is just beautiful, so that was very fun to use. Next up, I'm taking my Heidi Swap Colour Shine in Tinsel, which is a steely grey, and I'm adding a few splatters around the page with that. I'm then taking my Studio Calico Mini Mist in Well Red and adding a few splatters with that as well. Next, I'm moving on to my Heart Stencil and my texture paste, and I'm going to place roughly my photos where I want to put them and then start spreading the texture paste through the stencil. These stencils are pretty cheap, they're only ones I think I paid £1 for on eBay, and they're not necessarily the best, but this is also my first time actually using it, so I'm hoping that with a bit of more practice they turn out a little bit more heart-shaped maybe, but I definitely enjoyed using it. Next, I'm moving on to stamps. I'm going to take a few different stamp sets here and try to actually use some rather than just hoarding them. So I'm taking a Heidi Swap stamp set and 2 or 3 Studio Calico stamp sets. Studio Calico are my all-time favourite stamps. They have so many that are just beautiful and perfect for really documenting your life. The first one I'm using here says Meant to Be, and if you used to know the story of my husband and I, it just fits perfect. So I've stamped that one just off of the side of where the photos will sit, and then I've got this one which is either fireworks or stars or flowers cluster from the Heidi Swap stamp set, and I'm just placing that basically around where I've used the stencil with the texture paste. Next up, I'm using another stamp from a Studio Calico set, and this one is a hash line grid style pattern, and this one is actually from the Lost River kits, and it's supposed to be for tracking outdoor activity, but I love it just for the texture that it gives, so I'm using that across the whole of the layout to add another pop of texture. I'm then going to go through my kit box where I keep all of my items in my kit, and I'm going to look for some papers and some texture items to build up my photo layers. I decided to keep it pretty simple with the patterns and papers I chose. I am sticking my photos together using double-sided sticky tape, as I found it would be the best way to get the angle I wanted with 2 photos. I'm going to stick that then to some vellum, and once I've trimmed down the vellum, I'm going to, I believe, add half of a doily to the side. Since doing this series, I have started to really love using doilies on my layouts. I'm not sure if it's because they're so delicate and that just seems so romantic and goes with the wedding photos, but of course I had to add one to these photos as well. So again, I'm using double-sided sticky tape to stick that down, and then once I've got the doily in place, I'm going to start attaching my paper layers. So I'm using a strip of this beautiful denim floral paper, and I'm going to slightly trim it off and have it a little bit asymmetrical. I'm then going to use this paper that says hello on it in black and white script, and I'm going to use that to cover the rest of the photo. I'm then going to place my layers onto the layout, and I'm going to just use some more double-sided sticky tape to hold that in place. Now it's when the really fun part starts, the embellishing and putting a title on the layout. So again, I'm going back to my kit box, and I'm going to take my Simple Story sticker sheet and the Amy Tangerine word stickers. Unfortunately, my camera did cut out me actually putting the title on the page. I hadn't realised it stopped filming, but I've just used the black alphas that were on the Simple Story sheet, and then a sticker from the Amy Tangerine sheet that says adventure, and so the title reads Life, Our Adventure. I'm now taking some of my navy washi tape that was in my SOS items, and I'm using that just to put a header at the top and bottom of the page. I wanted it to stand out a little bit, and I didn't want the colour to get too washed away in the white cardstock. And now I'm going to have a look through my embellishments, so my die cuts and my chipboard, to see what I can use to create some clusters. I found these vellum sheets that were in my ephemera pack, and I'm going to actually fussy cut out the flowers to put those at the top and bottom corners. I'm going to use two of the different ones which have slightly different flowers in a beautiful red and pink tone. And I'm going to just use some double-sided sticky tape and to put those directly underneath the washi. So now I'm going back through my embellishments again, and I'm going to start working on my main embellishment cluster. I'm starting by taking a pale green ticket that says love. I'm then going to be layering a couple of different hearts with it. So first of all, I'm going to be using one from the sticker sheet, which is a black and white stripe with a floral accent. I'm then taking this pale green die cut, which I've gone around the edges in just a normal biro, and then a white one also from the Simple Story sticker sheet, which is a shell of a heart. I've then decided to take a couple of tiny word stickers, one that says hold my hand and one that says love another, and that is actually going to be my layout done. There will be stills and close-ups coming, so please do keep watching for that. Don't forget to head over to Julia's channel as well to see the beautiful layout that she also created. I hope that you are enjoying the Fake It and Make It series. It's been so much fun. Please, if you've enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, leave any comments or questions in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos from me. I will see you next week with part 9 of the Fake It and Make It series.